Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1969 postseason is on the air. Who is going to go to the World Series? Well, we've got our next round to find out. Today, we are at Wrigley Field. This is game one of the National League Championship Series between the San Francisco Giants and the Chicago Cubs. The Giants swept my Mets right out, 3-0, so we've not seen them for some time. The Cubs needed 5 games to knock out the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now these two will face off against each other in the NLCS. Even though in 1969 the LCS was a best of 5, this is a in my world, this is a best of 7. So we will see what happens as these two teams go against each other. Forgive me if I sound a little under the weather. I had a cold over this weekend, so I'm not exactly at 100%. Luckily, they switched my schedule a bit, so I didn't work today, which was good. But my voice is a little bit hoarse, so do forgive me if I'm not going to be going probably much all out for tonight's game. So it's good to have everybody here. Jeremy Brooks, John Haverly, Ben Witz, and Devo9 GLA and Brian B are first to join us here at Wrigley Field. So the Giants swept my Mets 3-0. The Cubs beat the Pirates 3-2. Now these two teams will face off against each other in the best of 7 NLCS for a chance to go to the 69 World Series. This could be an interesting series between these two. I think the Cubs might measure up a little better in terms of pitching, but you never really know when Inside Pitch has something to say about it. And yes, I know. Thank you there, Davo9. I do know that we have a nice little another hurricane heading our direction. We'll see what happens. So we'll see what happens as it gets closer to us. But in the meantime, we're at least right now, it's time to play some baseball. So let's go to the top of the first. I mean, where would you rather be? Watching a game of me or watching the Royals and the Yankees and that ALDS later? Oh, by the way, my Mets are 1-1. Who knows? Starting pitcher for the Chicago Cubs tonight is Bill Hands. He is 0-2 for the postseason. He hasn't won a game. And with that 2.49 ERA, you're kind of figuring that maybe, all right, Hands should get a win in there somewhere. We are at Wrigley Field. This is a neutral park, but definitely favors hitters. 148 home runs, -1 to strikeouts, and -1 to walks. So it's all set and ready to go. We have not seen the Giants in a long time because they swept the Mets. So it's been a while. So let's get right to it, shall we? Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Giants is the right fielder, Met killer, Bobby Bonds. He is batting 4 for 13 for the postseason, and he has 2 bombs. Both of them pretty much ended the Mets season. We're going to use blue, white, and blue dice. Cubs are the home team here at Wrigley Field. And let's see what happens as this 69 NLCS gets underway. 2-3, walk, and that's ball 4. So the first thing Bill Hands does is walk Bobby Bonds, and he will trot to first. And now we'll see the second baseman, Ron Hunt. He is 4 for 9 for the postseason. Infield does that double play. Clee baseball fan joins us here, and XSG2 at Wrigley Field. Thank you all. Strategy roll, and Bonds is staying put. Hands, 1-5, wild pitch. Nope, that's a blank. Hunt, 6-3, and it's a fly ball to center field. Getting to that's going to be Don Young, and he will make the catch for the out. 1 down, and the center fielder, the greatest overall player in baseball history. Say hey, Willie Mays. He is batting 3 for 11 for the postseason. Dwayne Cameron joins us here at Wrigley Field. Bonds gets the steal sign. I'm going to send him. 18 - 3 is 15. And Hundley's a -2 is a 13. That's pretty close. But I'm going to send him. Bonds on his way to second. A 1 to 13, he is safe. And he's out. So the D20, so a nice big throw there by Randy Hundley will go ahead and eliminate Bonds at second base as he is caught stealing. So Hands will go ahead and pitch now to Mays. 5-2, error on a throw. Mays, 5-1. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Don Kessinger. His error rating is a 6. That's a 7. He bobbles it, but he controls it. He throws to first, and that does retire the side. Nothing across except a walk and a caught stealing. We go to the bottom of the first. DB joins us here at Wrigley Field. Starting pitcher for the San Francisco Giants, the number 1 starter, Juan Marichal, of course, Hall of Famer. Marichal's a record of 1 win and no losses is only a second start since the Giants did sweep the Mets right out. Leading off for the Cubs, the shortstop, Don Kessinger. He is batting .400 for the postseason. Marichal, 6'5", that's at the park. Wrigley Field, 5'6", that's a ground out to short. That'll be handled by, be taken care of by Hal Lanier, and he'll throw to first for the out. Next batter is the second baseman, Glenn Beckert. He is batting .381 for the postseason. Vita Productions joins us here at Wrigley Field. Marichal, 4-4, strikeout 9, that's too high. Beckert, 4-4, that's a ground out to second. That'll be handled by Hunt, and over to first it goes. Next up is the left fielder, Hall of Famer, Billy Williams. He's batting 3-for-18 for the postseason. Marichal, 3-5, hit by pitch. Plunk, ouch, he hit him. Williams is a 4, -2, that is a 2, and he does hit Williams, so Williams gets hit by the pitch. First hit batter of the game, and he'll go to first. And now the third baseman, Hall of Famer, Ron Santo. He is batting 6-for-19 for the postseason. Frank Rosenk joins us here at Wrigley Field. And Williams is going to stay put. Marichal, 4-2. Home run chance. Righty, 1-11. The 2 is good against a righty. Santo needs an 18. Does he put the Cubs on the board first? Oh, yeah. Kaboom! That ball's pretty high. That ball's pretty deep. And that ball's pretty gone. Home run, Ron Santo. Stadium cheers. Yay! Santo hits his first postseason home run. That wasn't even close. That probably left the park and landed on the street behind it, maybe on one of the buildings. Cubs lead 2-0 early. And that was a meatball by Marichal. Too bad he couldn't pitch that way against the Mets when he played him. And now the first baseman, one of the greatest of all time. Let's play 2, Ernie Banks. He is batting .200, though, for the postseason. He does have a bomb. Marichal, a 1-2 strikeout, and that is high. Banks, a 3-1. That's flied to left field. That'll be handled by Ken Henderson. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 2 runs, 1 hit, and a hit batter. Ron Santo hits his first home run of the postseason. 2-0 Cubs after 1. Neither one of these teams have been in any of my World Series. The Giants never made a World Series on the network, and neither have the Cubs. So someone here is going to go to their first World Series on the network as we go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Giants is the first baseman, Stretch. Willie McCovey, Hall of Famer, absolutely. He's 1-for-11, though, for the postseason. Hands, 1-3, strikeout 12, that is high. McCovey, 2-1, and that is a ground out to third. That'll be handled by Santo, and Santo throws it over for the out. Next batter is the third baseman, Jim Davenport. Davenport batting 2 for 10 for the postseason. Hands, 5-1, strikeout 10. That is high. Davenport, 3-4, grounded right back to the pitcher. Hands will go ahead and get that, and he'll throw it over to first. And now the left fielder, Ken Henderson. He is batting 1 for 8 for the postseason. That one, however, was a bomb. Hands, 2-4. That's a blank. Henderson, 2-3, and that's flied to left field. And once again, Billy Williams is going to get to that. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Giants. We go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Cubs is the catcher, Randy Hundley. He is 5 for 16 for the playoffs. He has a bomb. Marichal, 2-5, walk. And yep, that's ball 4. He'll walk Hundley on the 10. So how he walks, so now he walks Hundley. That's the first walk issued by Marichal. And now the right fielder, Jim Hickman, still looking for his first hit. 0 for 17 for the postseason, but he did make the play of the season of the playoffs with that range play. Hundley is on at first. Strategy roll. And that is a 4. Hundley will stay put. Marichal, 5-5. That's a blank. Hickman, 6-3. And that is a ground out to short. 2-1-2. Second base pivot Hunt 0, 1-2. And they'll get the double play. 2 away. 6-4-3 double play hit into by Hickman, and he still can't catch a break. Still looking for his first hit. And now the center fielder, Don Young. He is 5 for 16 for the playoffs. He does have a home run. Marichal, 5-1 against a righty, blank. Young, 4-3, fly ball center field, and Willie Mays is going to get to that, and he will make the catch and retire the side. Nothing across except a walk. 2-0 Cubs after 2. Game 1 of this NLCS. Top of the third. And leading off for the Giants will be the catcher, Dick Dietz. He is 2 for 11 for the playoffs. He does have a home run. Hands, 1-3, strikeout, 20 is high. Dietz, 1-1, and against a righty, that's flied to right. That's going to be a right field hit to Hickman. Hickman will get to it and make the catch. 1 down. And here's the shortstop, Hal Lanier, future manager. He is 1 for 11 for the playoffs. Hands, 2-6. That's an automatic out. And that's going to be a grounder to second, handled by Beckert. And Beckert will toss it over for the second out. And now here's the pitcher, Juan Marichal, a 138 average and 3 RBIs in 69. That's not bad. Hands, 5-1, strikeout, 16. That will miss. Marichal, 5-2, and that is a ground ball hit to the shortstop. Kessinger will go ahead and get that, throws it over, and retires a side. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the third. I am expecting, even though the Cubs are already up 2-0, I am expecting a pitcher's duel between these two. Matthew Stringer joins us here at Wrigley Field. Leading off for the Cubs will be the pitcher, Bill Hands, an 0.92 average and 3 RBIs in 69. Marichal, 1-4, range play. Hands, 1-4, fly ball, center field. That ball is hit to Willie Mays. His range is a 2. He's not going to get it. And that's going to be a single for Hands. So Hands goes ahead and gets himself, helps his own cause with a base hit. He will trot to first, and Hands goes ahead, claps his hands, and says, DH? I don't need no stinking DH. Infield, a double play depth. Here's Kessinger. Kessinger is 0 for 1. Infield is at double play depth. Strategy, nothing on the 12. Marichal, 6'4", strikeout 11. That will be too high. Kessinger, 6'4". That is a ground out to short. 1-0-1. Second base, pivot. Hunt is a 0. The only way they're turning up a play is on a 1. Nope. Hands will be thrown out at second. Kessinger will make it to first on the fielder's choice. So they only get the 1. They only get the 1. 1 down. Here's Beckert. Beckert is 0 for 1. Kessinger had 11 stolen bases. He won't get any here. Marichal. You remember who it was? What's that? Was that the one where the kids were chasing it down the street? I can't. Robert, John, do you remember who it was? Marichal. 3-6. Strikeout 5. That will be too high. Beckert. 3-2. And Beckert hits one hard and deep. And that's going to be a double to left. Kessinger, base runner 4. Double to left throw -3 because of a very good arm there by Henderson. So Kessinger can only score on a 1. And that's a 6. That means, and since his arm is a -2, it's an automatic play at the plate. A 2-5, Kessinger is out. And he is. Kessinger is thrown out at the plate by Ken Henderson. Beckert, that was a 3, so Beckert is going to take third on the throw. So that's going to be a triple, but Kessinger is out. So there are 2 outs as Ken Henderson goes ahead and nails him at the plate, and Beckert does take third on the throw. So good play by Ken Henderson in left field, and now the batter is Williams. Williams got hit by a pitch his first time up. Marichal will pitch to Williams. Strategy first. Nothing on the 8. Marichal, 1-3. Against the lefty, it's an automatic out. And that's going to be a fly to right. And Bobby Bonds is going to get to that and make the catch. And the Cubs get nothing. No runs, 2 hits. But nothing comes across the plate. What a play by Ken Henderson in left field to nail Kessinger at the plate. Stays 2-0 after 3. Top of the 4th. Leading off for the Giants is Bobby Bonds. He walked his first time up. Hands, 2-3. Walk. And he will not walk him this time. Bonds is a 14, but -1 makes him a 13. So that 14 is too high. Bonds, 4-1, and that is a ground ball to short, handled by Kessinger, and Kessinger will throw it over. 1 out, and here comes Hunt. Hunt is 0 for 1. Hands, 6-2. That's a blank. Hunt, 1-3, and that is a grounder to second base. That'll be handled by Beckert, and Beckert tosses it over for out number 2. And now the batter is Mays. Mays is 0 for 1. Dwayne Martz joins us here at Wrigley Field. Hands with the pitch. 2-2. That's a blank. Mays. 1-3. And that's a fly ball to center field. And getting to that's going to be Young. And Young will make the catch and retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th with the Cubs having a 2-0 lead here in game 1 of this NLCS. Leading off for the Cubs will be Ron Santo. He hit a 2-run bomb his first time up. That was his first home run of the playoffs. Marichal, 2-1 against a righty. It's a blank. Santo, 4-6, and it's a base hit. Santo hits a single into right field, and he right now is off to a good start in this series. Next batter is Banks. Banks is 0 for 1. Infield double play. Santo not a threat to do anything, and he won't. Marichal, 2-2 against a righty. It's a blank. Banks, 2-1, and that's fly to right. And Bobby Bonds will get to it and put it away. Next batter is Hundley. Hundley walked his first time up. Strategy. And nothing happening. Marichal. 3-2. Walk. That's ball 4. So Marichal off to a different type of start than he did in game 1 of the NLDS against the Mets. And that is his second walk of the game. And now runners at first and second for Hickman. Hickman still looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 1. So runners at first and second for the Cubs here. Giants and Cubs just starting this NLCS. Strategy roll. That is a 1. Nothing happening. Santo will stay put. Marichal. 5-2. Wild pitch. No, the 18 is too high, so it's a blank. Hickman. 4-3. And against a righty, he just cannot catch a break. That is a ground ball to first. 2-1-1. Shortstop pivot. Lanier. 0. Only a 1 will be a double play. No. Santo will get to third. Hundley actually will make second because his base running speed with being held is not, when it's hit to first base, you do not lower the BR. So handle, because he was being held. So Hundley moves to second. Hickman is out, though. And that's out number 2. Man, Hickman just cannot catch a break. He made the play of the series, but he's just not getting anything. Now the batter is Young, and Young is 0 for 1. Runners at second and third here. A big chance for the Cubs to try to get more runs. They have a 2-0 lead. Strategy. Nothing on the 6. Marichal will deal. Marichal, 2-4. Against a righty, it's a blank. Young, 4-2. And the Cubs will get nothing again. That's a fly ball to left. And Ken Henderson says he'll take it. And he will. And retire the side. No runs, a hit, and a walk. Cubs do lead, but they're stranding base runners. 2-0 after 4. Doug Hunt joins us here at Wrigley Field. Top of the 5th, leading off for the Giants will be Stretch McCovey, and he's 0 for 1. Hands will pitch. Hands, 3-1, error on a grounder. McCovey, 2-4. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball back to Hands. His error rating is an 8. That's a 17. Hands will not make an error. He will, however, make the play and throw to first for the out. 1 down for Davenport. Davenport is 0 for 1. Jim Connell joins us here at Wrigley Field. Hands, 6-2, blank. Davenport, 6-6, base hit into left field. Davenport gets the first hit for the Giants. And that will be a single. So he heads to first base. So Bill Hands pitched at 4 1/3 of no-hit ball. So Davenport becomes the first base runner. The second base runner, because he did walk Bonds. Here's Henderson. Henderson is 0 for 1. Infield is at double play, ready. Davenport really not a threat to do anything, and he won't. Hands, 1-4, blank. Henderson, 2-5, fly to center field, and Don Young says, I'll take it. And he will, and that's out number 2. And now here's Dietz. Dietz is 0 for 1. ID Jester joins us here at Wrigley Field. Kirk, you better be very careful because we got something very nasty heading our way. So you keep a watch on that, Kirk, because it's heading right for you. Hopefully that thing takes a few jogs to the north, although I don't want to wish that on anybody in the northern part of the state. So you keep track of that, Kirk. 2 outs here. Davenport on at first. Strategy. Nothing on the 13. Hands. 5-1. Strikeout. 4. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the inning is over. That's the first strikeout for Hands. So no runs and a hit for the Giants. And Hands is finally pitching a game. Probably how he did pitch in 69. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Cubs up 2-0. As I said, guys, I had a cold a little bit over the weekend. Still recovering from it. I'm not 100% here, but I was good enough to play. Bottom of the fifth, leading off for the Cubs will be Bill Hands, and he got a base hit his first time up. Yeah, I understand that, Kirk. I know life is always a risk, but, come on. Marichal, 3-5, hit by pitch, no. Hands, 4-6, and he grounds it right back to Marichal. And Marichal will throw it over for the out. One down, and now the batter is Kessinger. Kessinger is 0 for 2. I don't know. I don't think it'll be a Cat 5 when it gets here. It will weaken a little bit when it gets closer to Florida. They're expecting a Cat 3. Doesn't make it much really any better, though. Marichal, 5-5, blank. Kessinger, 6-3. Grounder to first. That'll be taken by McCovey, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. 2 down now. Here's Beckert. And Beckert got a triple his last time up. He's 1 for 2. You guys can stay with me, but I have to take a trip to Canada. Marichal, 3-1, strikeout 3. That just missed. Beckert, 5-4, base hit. Hits one past second, and Beckert will get a single to keep the inning going. So Beckert gets his second hit of the game. It'll bring up Williams. Williams is 0 for 1. But got hit by a pitch. Beckert on it first. Strategy roll, and he will stay there. Marichal. I'll re-roll that. Marichal, 4-6, strikeout 3, swing and a miss, struck him out, and the inning is over. And that is the first strikeout for Marichal. So no runs and a hit, and we are getting that pitcher's duel. It is 2-0 Cubs after 5. Figure a pitcher's duel with a combined DRA with 2 pitchers with a combined DRA of 4.1 of 4.5. Figure you get a pitcher's duel with these two. Although Hands has had a rough postseason, but he's finally pitching like he's supposed to. Top of the 6th, I just wish Marichal pitched this way against the Mets in Game 1 of that NLDS. Here's Hal Lanier. He'll lead off. He's 0 for 1. Would I have to evacuate? No, I don't think it's going to hit us badly where I have to evacuate. It's hitting us from the left side, not the right. We'll get a dirty part of it. And we're going to, according to if the track stays as it is, we're going to get a tropical storm over here. That's probably as strong as it gets. We could see some hurricane gusts depending on where the thing, if it jogs northward or southward. Hands. 4-3 at the park. Wrigley Field. 1-2. That ball is hit to right field. That's a 12, and that's a possible home run. But against a righty, Lanier has a 0, and that means it's just going to be a fly ball allowed out to right field. As Jim Hickman's at the track, he is at the ivy, and he will make the catch. Lanier has no home runs there, and that does fall into the home run category. But Lanier will come up empty, 1 out. Here's Marichal. Marichal's 0 for 1. Yeah, we'll get a lot of rain, that's for sure. We're already getting a lot of rain over here. I'm pretty sure, Kirk, you've been getting a whole bunch of rain where you're at, too. Hands. 1-5. Wild pitch. It's a blank. Marichal. 5-3. And a ground ball hit the third base. And Santo will get that. And over to first it goes. 2 down. And now here's Stocks and Bonds. He is 0 for 1. Hands. A 6-2. Blank. Bonds. 2-6. And that ball is hit well. That's hit to right field. That's a 4. And that's going to be a double against a righty. So Bonds will get a hit. And he'll wind up at second base to keep the inning going. And now here comes Doug Hunt's favorite player, Ron Hunt. He's 0 for 2. So Bonds gets a double, his first hit of the game. Tying run now at the plate. Strategy and nothing happening. Hands. 5-3. Walk. That's ball 4. He walked him. So Hunt will take a trot to first. And now Hands having some trouble. That's the second walk issued by Hands. And now here comes the Say Hey Kid. Mays is 0 for 2. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Cubs lead 2-0 in game 1 of this NLCS. Strategy, nothing on the 9. Hands, 6-5 against a righty. It's a home run result against a righty. Mays needs a 13. That's a 2. And that ball's pretty high, pretty deep, and pretty gone. Kaboom! Willie Mays! Stadium groans. Willie Mays, it's a 3-run bomb here at Wrigley Field. Just like that, the Giants take a 3-2 lead. As the Say Hey Kid shows why he's the best overall player in baseball history. A big time, that's the first home run of the postseason for Mays. And now the batter is McCovey. And McCovey is 0 for 2. So see, Hands is on the mound, gives up a big time bomb. Hands, 6-1 against the lefty, it's blank. McCovey, 4-5, and that's grounded to second base. That'll be handled by Beckert. And Beckert will throw to first and retire the side. 3 runs, 2 hits, a walk, a 3-run bomb by the Say Hey Kid. 3-2 now going to the bottom of the 6th. The batter leading off for the Cubs will be Ron Santo. He's 2 for 2, a home run and a single. Marichal, 4-5. That's a pitcher result. The 12 is high. Santo, 6-3. Ground out to third. Handled there by Davenport. And Davenport will throw it over for the out. Now the batter is Banks. Banks is 0 for 2. Marichal, 2-1 against a righty. Blank. Banks, 5-1. And a line out right to third. That's grabbed by Davenport. 2 down. And next up is Hundley. Hundley has walked twice. Marichal, 6-4. Strikeout, too high. Hundley, 2-5. That's a fly ball to left field. And Ken Henderson says, I'll get to it. And he does. Makes the catch and retires the side. 1-2-3 go the Cubs. Giants have a 3-2 lead here after 6. Top of the 7th. I think I said this before, and I think you guys agree with me. It's always special when a home run or something like that is done by a certain Hall of Famer. You know, like Willie Mays just hitting one out, or Reggie or something like that. You know, it's always special when I think a bomb is hit by a big-time Hall of Famer. Top of the 7th, as Philip Reynolds joins us here at Wrigley Field. Jim Davenport leads off. He's 1 for 2. Had a single his last time up. Hands, 5-6. Home run chance, righty. 1-5. The 10 is too high. Davenport, 4-2. He'll ground it to second base. That'll be handled by Beckert. And Beckert will throw it over for the out. 1 down. Here's Henderson. Henderson is 0 for 2. Hands, 5-6. Home run chance. A switch left. A 1-11. The 4 is good. Against the righty. Henderson needs a 7. Does he go deep? He does. Kaboom! That ball is high, deep, gone. Home run, Ken Henderson. Stadium groans. Ken Henderson blasts one. That's his second home run of the postseason, and it's now 4-2 Giants. So Bill Hands, who was pitching beautifully for the first 5 innings, has now given up a couple of meatballs. That one definitely was turned into lasagna. Here's Dietz. Dietz is 0 for 2. Still 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Hands may not be making the next inning. He's due to bat third in the 7th inning. Hands, 6-6, strikeout 2. He'll get Dietz. And Hands will get his second strikeout of the game. And now Lanier. Lanier is 0 for 2. David Vega joins us here at Wrigley Field. Hands, 4-1. That's a range play at the park. Wrigley Field, 4-2. That's a single plus to left field. So that ball is hit to Billy Williams. His range is a 3. Nope. Now it's a single plus. Lanier's got to try for second. Base runner 3. Williams a -1 arm. A 1-2. Lanier will make it to second base, and he won't. They'll put the brakes on and head back to first. So that will be a single for Lanier. And now the next batter is Marichal. Marichal still has some left in the tank. And they, with a 4-2 lead, I'm going to let him bat. So Lanier on at first, 2 outs here, top of the 7th, 4-2 Giants. Strategy. And that is a 1, but Marichal not doing no hit and runs. He'll swing. Hands, 4-1. Range play at the park. Wrigley Field, 1-2. That ball is hit to right field. That ball is hit to right field. Now, that is a 13. That is a possible home run, but Marichal has no chance at that. So now it's going to be a fly ball to right field, and Jim Hickman's going after it. His range, it's an automatic double if he doesn't make it. His range is a 2. He's got it again. Side retired. 1 run, 2 hits, a solo bomb by Ken Henderson. Jim Hickman can't do anything at the plate, but he's doing it all in the field as he makes another great range play out there. But we go to the bottom of the 7th. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Tomorrow night, it will be game 1 of the American League Championship Series between the Boston Red Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. Mike Nagy will be going for the Red Sox, and gentleman Jim Palmer will be going for the Orioles. The Orioles have never been to the World Series, and my replays. The Red Sox have. They got beat, though, by the Los Angeles Dodgers in the 2016 replay. Can the Red Sox upset the Orioles to get to their second one? Or is Baltimore going to show how good they were in 1969? ALCS, Game 1, Red Sox at Orioles. That's tomorrow night on the network. Bottom of the 7th here, Giants have a 4-2 lead. And Jim Hickman will lead off for the Chi Cubs. And he's 0 for 2. And he is 0 for 19 for the playoffs. He can't buy a hit. Marichal, 5-6, strikeout 10, swing and a miss, struck him out. And Hickman saying, what do I got to do to get a hit here? 1 out. And now the batter is Young. That is Marichal's second strikeout of the game. Young is 0 for 2. Marichal, 4-1 against a righty. It's a blank. Young, 3-1, and that's fly to right. And Bobby Bonds says he'll get to it, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Bill Hands is coming out of the game, even though he really isn't tired yet, but that's going to be it for him, as the Cubs are going to go to the bench. And coming on to pinch hit for the Cubs is going to be Paul Popovich. He has a .284 average, a homer, and 18 RBIs in 69. So Paul Popovich will go up against Marichal here. 4-2 Giants. Marichal, 4-2. Home run chance, but against a righty, Popovich has a 0, so it doesn't matter. Popovich, 4-5, and that is a fly to center field. And the Say Hey Kid's going to get to it. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1-2-3, go the Cubs. 4-2 Giants after 7. Top of the 8th. And top of the order for the Giants. Here's Bobby Bonds. He's 1 for 2, a double and a walk. And the Cubs need a pitcher. And they got 3 righties coming up. So I think they're going to go ahead and bring out. They're going to bring out Phil Regan. 12 went. Phil Regan coming out. And he does have 1 save on the postseason. So Phil Regan, he will come out to pitch, and he'll be the second pitcher. It's a possibility Bill Hands might be going 0-3 in this postseason. So Phil Regan will pitch against Bonds. Regan, 5-4 against the righty. Strikeout. Got him. They'll go ahead and strike out Bobby Bonds for the first out. Next batter is Hunt. Hunt is 0 for 2 with a walk. Regan, 3-1. That is a blank. Hunt, a 1-5. That's hit hard to right. That's a 5. That's going to be a double. So Ron Hunt's going to hit a double off the righty, and he'll slide into second base. So Hunt has his first hit of the game. It's a double. And now the batter is the Say Hey Kid. He had a 3-run bomb his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Hunt on at second. Strategy rolls are still on. And Hunt will stay at second. Regan, 4-5. Against the righty, it's a base hit right past the pitcher and into the outfield. Hunt will come around. He will score. It's 5-2 Giants. Stadium groans. RBI single for Willie Mays. He now has 4 of the 5 RBIs tonight. And now the batter is McCovey. He's 0 for 3. So Mays on at first, still 1 out here, but now a 5-2 Giants lead. And the strategy rolls are now off. Regan, 2-6. Home run chance. Lefty, 1-18. The 11 is good. And against the righty, McCovey needs a 20. Well, I think Stretch just stretched this ball somewhere, because he may have hit this. Maybe in Wrigley Field. It may have just landed at Comiskey Park. High, deep, gone. Kaboom! Willie McCovey, 2-run bomb. Stadium barfs. Yeah. Willie McCovey hits a 2-run bomb out of here. And that's his first postseason home run. It's 7-2 Giants. And the fans right now are on their cell phones thinking about maybe having to purchase tickets. Well, there are no cell phones in 69. So now a 7-2 lead as Regan gives up a bomb. Now the batter is Davenport. Davenport's 1 for 3. And Regan, he'll pitch to Davenport. Now a 7-2 lead for the Giants. Regan, 3-4. Strikeout. Got him. He'll go ahead and get Davenport. And that will be a second strikeout for Regan. But now 2 away. And now here's Henderson. Henderson is 1 for 3. He hit a bomb his last time up. How did one even buy a MLB ticket? Probably called on the old rotary phones. Is probably what they did from the team directly or something like that. Probably went to the windows to purchase tickets. I don't know. I was just when this game would be played. Will be October. I was like only a few months old. Regan 1-2 blank. Henderson 6-4. That's a fly to left field, and Billy Williams is going to get to it and make the catch. 3 runs, 3 hits, a 2-run bomb by Stretch McCovey, and the Giants are on their way to winning the first game of this NLCS. Still a couple more innings left to play as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Don Kessinger leads off. He is 0 for 3. Call from his Fisher-Price phone. No, I don't think a few months old, I don't think I even had a Fisher. I don't think I had that yet. I had to be at least 2 or 3 before I had my Fisher-Price phone. I did have one, by the way. I do remember having that. Marichal. I still have it someplace. Maybe. 3-5. Hit by pitch. No, the 11 is high. Kessinger. 4-4, and that is a fly to left field. And taken care of there by Henderson. And that's the first out. 1 down. Here's Beckert. Beckert's 2 for 3, a triple and a single. Marichal. 3-4, range play. Beckert. 1-2, ground ball to third. That ball was hit to Davenport. His range is a 3. And he can't get it, and that is going to be a double down the line. So Beckert is going to get himself a 2-bagger, and he'll head to second. So Beckert now has a triple, a double, and a single. He can hit a home run, but it's very unlikely with him. But Beckert, so he's only a home run short of the cycle, but Beckert's now at second base. And I think right now the Cubs are just thinking about getting some runs. Here's Williams. Williams is 0 for 2, got hit by a pitch. Beckert on at second. Marichal will pitch. Marichal, 6-3, possible error. Williams, 4-5. That's a ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Ron Hunt. His error rating is a 5. That's a 10. He'll make the play, throw to first, and Beckert will move over to third. So a nice play by Hunt. And now, if the Cubs want any chance, Santo's got to come through here. Santo, 2 for 3. He's got a bomb and a single. So Beckert on at third. Marichal will pitch to Santo. 2 outs here. Bottom of the 8th, 7-2 Giants. Marichal, 4-5. That's a pitcher result. And against a righty, a 1-2 is a base hit. The 4 is too high. Santo, 2-1. And he grounds it to short. That'll get picked up there by Lanier. Throws to first, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit for the Cubs. And it stays 7-2 after 8. We go to the top of the 9th. Dick Dietz is the leadoff batter for the Giants. He's 0 for 3. Phil Regan coming out of the game. He gave up some runs. So the Cubs are going to go back to the bullpen, and they're going to bring out Ted Abernathy. Abernathy has a hold and a save in the postseason, but he's right now just trying to eat up some innings. So Ted Abernathy will come up to Dietz here in the top of the 9th. If the Giants trying to steal one here in Wrigley Field. Abernathy, 4-5, strikeout 3, got him. He goes ahead and strikes out Dietz for the first out. And now here's Lanier. Lanier is 1 for 3. Abernathy, a 5-1 walk. That's high. Lanier, a 2-1 base hit. That's hitting to left field. And Lanier will have a single, his second hit of the game. The next batter is Juan Marichal. Now, Marichal is tired. The thing about this, as I look in the Giant bullpen, Marichal is better than anybody else that the Giants have in the bullpen. So believe it or not, Marichal is going to stay in this game and try to go the distance. He got a 5-run lead. Marichal is going to swing. No strategy rolls, no, so it's not going to be a bunt. He'll swing away. Lanier on at first. Abernathy. 4-1 against the righty. Strikeout. That's high. Marichal. 2-1. And he hits one to center field. That's a 12. And it's going to be a triple for Juan Marichal. Marichal hits a triple. Lanier will go ahead, come in to score. 8-2 Giants. Stadium barfs. Yeah. Juan Marichal hits an RBI triple, and you just don't see managing like this on that other channel with the fluffy cat and the red and blue cards, and that's it. Just don't see managing like this. Juan Marichal says, DH? I don't need no stinking DH. That is an RBI triple from Marichal. And now the batter is Bonds, and now it's 8-2 Giants, and the fans here at the friendly confines, it's no longer friendly. Abernathy will pitch to Bonds. There's still only one out. The infield's actually going to play in. Abernathy. 1-1, error on a throw. Bonds, 3-5. That's a base hit. Well, wait a minute. Yep, that's an error on a throw. It's an S5. It's a single to third. But Santos' error rating is a 10. That's a 13. He will not make a throwing error. It's going to be an infield single. Marichal will score. It's now 9-2. Stadium groans. Error on a throw and an S. 1S is an automatic base hit. You just got to see if he makes a throwing error. But my call is either a single or an error. So Bonds is safe at first on a single. It's now 9-2 Giants. And now here's Hunt. And right now the Cubs are already thinking about game 2. Bonds on it first. Abernathy with the pitch. 1-4, blank. Hunt. 4-5, ground ball to short. 1-1, and with double play depth makes it no chance. So the only way, there's no way there's going to be a double play. It's a 5, so Bonds is actually going to be thrown out at second, and Hunt will make it to first, 2 outs. So a fielder's choice by Hunt, and now the batter is Mays. It's amazing how the Giants scored all these runs in the late innings. 2 outs here. Hunt on at first. Abernathy right now just trying to get the game over with. Abernathy, 6-4. And that is a home run chance against a righty. A 1-3. Oh, boy. The 2 is good against a righty. Mays needs a 13. Does the Say Hey Kid hit his second bomb of the game? That just cleared the wall. Kaboom! That ball is high, that ball is deep, and that ball is gone. Say Hey, Willie Mays hits his second bomb of the game. Stadium barfs. Yeah. A 2-run bomb by Willie Mays, his second home run of the ball game. And right now, the Giants just can't do anything wrong. And the Giants have come out swinging. It's 11-2. Well, we all thought the Giants were a little rusty. We're a little rusty. I submit that the rust is now gone. The next batter is McCovey, and that's going to be it for Abernathy. He's done. As pretty much the Cubs are saying, let's just see if we can have a better game too. So left-right switch coming up, and they'll bring out a righty for this one. So coming on to pitch for the Cubs is going to be Ken Johnson. Johnson does not have any overall written down statistics. Ken Johnson started the season with the New York Yankees, wound up on the Cubs later. 2-5, 2 saves, a 3.89 ERA. So Ken Johnson just coming out here to try to go ahead and get this game done. 2 outs, top of the ninth, 11-2 Giants. Johnson, 2-6. That's at the park. Wrigley Field, 5-6. That's a ground out to short. That'll be handled there by Kessinger. Kessinger's got it, throws it over to first, and the inning is over. 4 runs on 4 hits, a 2-run bomb by Mays, a triple by Marichal, 11-2 as we go to the bottom of the ninth. But will we see some ninth inning magic? Marichal is tired. He says, let me get the game done, coach. Leading on for the Cubs will be Let's Play 2, Ernie Banks. He's 0 for 3. Ever since giving up the 2 runs on 1 hit in the first inning, Marichal has scattered 5 hits since then. Marichal, 4-6. And that's going to get him out of the game. That's a walk chance. That 15 is high, though. Banks, 6-6. It's a fly ball to left field. Getting over there is going to be Henderson. He'll make the catch. And that's out number 1. But a 4-6 does become a walk chance when he's tired. So Marichal says, nah, I'm done. So Marichal coming out of the game. And we will see a new pitcher for the G-men. And they'll probably bring out a righty here. So coming in to finish off the game is going to be Frank Lindsay. Lindsay has 1 win on the postseason so far. So Frank Lindsay's job just to get the game over with. So here's Hundley. He's 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. 11-2 Giants. Cubs had a 2-0 lead, and the Giants just told you, okay, enough is enough. Lindsay, 2-5. That's a blank. Hundley, 2-4. Ground ball to third. That'll be handled by Davenport. And he'll throw it over to first for the second out. And now the last chance for the Cubs will be Jim Hickman, who is 0 for 20. Lindsay looking in on Hickman. Can Hickman at least get a hit before this game is over? Lindsay, 5-4, strikeout 9. Nope, not happening. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. That's your game. The San Francisco Giants will win game 1 of this NLCS with a victory of 11-2. Stadium barfs. Yeah. Nothing across as the Giants get it done in game 1 of this series. And just not good there for the Cubs, as the Giants definitely showed that they got more rest than rust. The Cubs did have to face a 5-game, all 5 against the Pirates. The Giants erased my Mets in their NLDS, and right now they look like they haven't lost a game yet in this postseason. Final line score coming up. For the Giants, 11 runs, 12 hits, no errors. For the Cubs, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is Juan Marichal. He's going to go to 2-0 in the postseason. Bill Hands is going to take a tough loss, and he drops to 0-3 on the postseason. Lindsay does get credit, actually, for a hold, even though it really wasn't matter, but he didn't allow any runs. So Lindsay will get credit for a hold. So the Giants take a 1-0 series lead in this NLCS. We got a long way to go, though. Tomorrow night, game 1 of the American League Championship Series between the Boston Red Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. Mike Nagy will be going for the Red Sox. Jim Palmer will be going for the Orioles. Can the Orioles get back to the World Series? Or can the Boston Red Sox get to another World Series since 2016? What will happen there? Red Sox, Orioles, ALCS Game 1. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. See you guys tomorrow night. The Giants go ahead and put the Cubs in a cage. They bomb the Cubs 11-2. They lead this National League Championship Series 1-0. See you guys tomorrow.